1 week?
1 month.
No, that's 5 days.
9 days.
Well, her eyes are open. So ears are still down, but eyes are open. Eyes open typically between 7 to 10 days. So this one could be as much as almost pushing 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. And I tend to kind of prefer the syringe too, to be honest. I just think it's a little bit, it's a little bit easier to control. All right, so the first thing I would do actually is probably weigh the kitten, but let's do this, because again, I mean, it's you don't want to sit down to dinner with a full bladder, right? I get it. So you just want to gently but firmly potty. Let's see. And we're pooping a little bit. We got a little bit of poop.
And what she's doing is very, very gently, just kind of stimulating the anus and like the genital area.
Yeah, the urethra. Yeah,
and
urogenital area.
And you can actually, if they pee, you can start to feel the warmth on your fingers.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're going pee.
It's really charming.
Yeah. When was the last? Layla, do you know when these guys last ate?
Around 11.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect time.
So we didn't get a lot of pee out. We'll try. All right, sweetie. And you can see they're fairly. Oops. My hands aren't that big. They're fairly active, so you got to kind of hold their little bitty.
They're not as fragile as you might think. They're actually, what Deborah's doing, if I can just kind of point out, because she is like holding the head steady. Because if you try to like get them to like, okay, try to get the syringe into their mouths, you're going to be doing this. It's a lot nicer if she's holding the head real steady. Don't be afraid to,
Okay.
I mean, obviously not super strong, but just nice and steady, like a firm hold. This is probably one of the very first KMR feedings this kitten is receiving, so they're not quite used to. They're used to mom. They're not used to this weird plastic thing being shoved in their mouth.
I'm going to give her just a little bit of a break. But you can see I had just a barest amount of back pressure on this, and you want to let them do a little bit of the. And they can be, pretty squirmy, so you just want to get their. And what's so nice about these, it's a nice pointy tip, so you can.
One thing that I do when I'm training new people to feed these babies too, this can be, if you're doing this, it's going.
Not necessarily. I think I tell you what,
At least washing hands before you, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely wash your hands. I mean, you want to be
At home,
clean.
probably fine, but in the shelter we always wash lots of stuff going around.
Okay, I'm gonna try potty and give this one just a little bit of a break and potty this one again. And we can use a different syringe for another kitten.
Okay. I'm gonna take one other kitten.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if that's okay.
That's fine.
And then, Waylon, do you want to grab the other kitten?
Sure.